I'm putting my trainers on, a hoodie and a jacket on top. My AirPods have finished charging and I'm going for a walk. Because the sun has more or less come out. But I doubt it'll stay like that. Ready? Let's go! First things first, I need to leave my neighborhood. And I'm going to head to the city centre. The centre of Brussels, the capital of Belgium. The verb head means to go. I'm heading to the centre. I'm going to the centre. It's still bright and sunny. I wish I'd brought my sunglasses. My sunnies, we can say, if you want to make it slang. So yeah, I wish I'd put on my sunnies. Right in front of me in this square, you can see there is a fair. And there is a bouncy castle slide that kids can go down. This one is empty, obviously isn't very popular. And to be honest, I've never been a fan of fairs and these kind of rides. There you have some typical Belgian food. Frites, chips. You've even got rides with water. Wow! By the way, if you do like chips, this is the best place in Brussels. Frites flagées. Trust me, they're yummy. They're so tasty. They're scrumptious, delicious, to die for. That means very good. All of a sudden, the sky looks a little bit cloudy, overcast and dark. And in front of me, you've got some traffic lights and a tunnel. And I'm going to walk through the tunnel. Hopefully, it's not going to rain. One of the things that I hate about Brussels is that you don't have bins outside. People just have to take their rubbish out on certain days, and then the bin men come and collect it. It's definitely not a good look. Hopefully, they'll change the system soon. Now, I've just been walking past a Lidl, which in my opinion is the cheapest supermarket in Belgium, maybe in Europe. It's quite inexpensive. It's cheap as chips. Well, it's still expensive, but at least it's much cheaper than the competition. The weather is very changeable here. So now you can see that it's so windy. Maybe it was a bad time to come for a walk. Here you have the popular other option for chips, Maison Antoine. I think it's starting to drizzle, to spit. That means to rain just a little bit. If you look at the ground, you can see lots of raindrops. Uh-oh. This time next week, by the way, I'll be running more or less a half marathon. So wish me luck. Here you have lots of public bicycles that you can rent for a limited amount of time. One of the things I love about living in Brussels is the amount of parks it has. And right now, I'm in the most famous one. But it's clearly been raining recently, so it's a little bit muddy. But at least it's spring, so, you know, the park looks so nice and green. Everything is in bloom. And at this time of year, we have lots of bars in every park. So you can drink one of the best exports of Belgium, beer. There you have a bin, a tree, a bench, and a lamppost. Speaking about benches, I think it was about time I sat down. And you can see it's still pretty windy. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's not started raining properly yet. Now I'm walking towards a beautiful old building, which is in Cinquantenaire Park. I don't know the name of this building exactly, but you can see there are 3 big arches. Then you have a statue as well. It looks Roman almost, and you might not be able to see it clearly, but in the middle you have a rainbow flag, which represents the LGBTQ plus community. And tomorrow in Brussels, it's actually Pride. So there'll be lots of people around the city having a great time and spreading love. I think that's enough of the park for now. I'm going to go down the hill and head towards the European Quarter. There you have an ice cream van, but looking at the weather, I doubt many people are going to be having an ice cream. And I've just put my hood up because, yes, now, as you can see, it is raining. Now I am arriving at the beginning of the European Quarter, where, like most of the city, we've got roadworks all over the place. But there you can see something very important, and it is democracy. And I absolutely believe in democracy. And, well, that building, I'm sure you recognize it, is the main building of the European Commission, There are lots of other ones all over the city, especially in this neighborhood, but that is the main one. Of course, there you can see the flag of the EU as well, and it says protect what matters. Democracy. We should protect it. Then just across the street, you can see the main building of the Council of the European Union. And I'm British, but I would love the United Kingdom to return to the UK. Fingers crossed. And from here, you can also get the underground with an escalator and stairs. Look, this pillar is so shiny that you can see my reflection. I know, I look a bit scruffy, but hey, thumbs up. The next stop on the EU tour is the European Parliament. It is, as it says, the Parliament of the European Union. As you can see as we approach it, they're really focusing on democracy. Democracy in action. European Parliament. Behind the building of the European Parliament, you can see the flags of the nation states, and there are 27 in total. This is another side of the building, and there you have the Red Cross and some music. It's a bit empty, but we have some music for pride, and there you have the European Parliament. And this square, Place Luxembourg Square, is absolutely packed. It's crowded on Thursdays with people having a drink. There, I guess you can see it a little bit more clearly. Okay, next stop, the city centre. I'm just about to walk through another park, but I thought, in the meantime, I'd show you the views. Here we have a beautiful old building. And I've just looked it up. I've just searched for it. It is, in fact, the Royal Palace of Brussels. At the top, you can see the flag of Belgium as well. It's still raining. There you can see the raindrops falling into a puddle. And I'm walking through this park because, well, I need a wee. I need a pee. So I'm gonna go to the toilet. There you have urinals. I show you just to prove that I didn't go for a wee outside. And a nice synonym is take a leak. I've just taken a leak. There you have another view of the Royal Palace. I'm walking downhill, and in front of me, you can see in the distance, Grand Place, which is the main square of Brussels that I'm about to show you. You can see it much more clearly from up here, where we have some lovely gardens and some stages in the distance, and a nice fountain. There's a lovely statue of a man riding a horse. And this is what I was talking to you about earlier. Here, tomorrow, there will be a big show with different artists and people on that stage for Pride. Now I'm in the centre, you'll see lots of fridge magnets and souvenirs for tourists. And of course, and even more importantly, chocolate shops. There are also some cute little streets, narrow streets like this one. Now we're in the city centre, you can see that the streets are packed, they're crowded, they're chock-a-block with people. Now I'm at the Old Royal Galleries, which is an area for shopping with lots of waffles and chocolates. What you've just seen me show you is one of the most famous bars in Brussels called Delirium, which has lots and lots of taps to try different types of beer. And that little statue, it's funny, but it's a little girl actually going for a wee. Makes no sense, but it's cool and random. And in front of me, you can see a newly renovated church, the Church of Cinquantenaire, which has lots of bars around it. And mussels, which is very typical in Belgium. Walking past all these bars and restaurants is making me a little bit peckish. And peckish means a little bit hungry. In the city centre, there are also lots of these vintage shops where you can buy second-hand clothes. I'm not a fan, to be honest, but I just don't like shops in general. This big building in the city centre right in front of me is the Belgian Stock Exchange. Next to it, in this square, you've got lots of these pride flags. They're just getting ready and preparing this bar. And if you look closely, there you can see there is a beer museum with more than 150 Belgian beers. Perhaps the most famous Belgian beer is, of course, Stella Artois. And it seems like it is clearing up a little bit. It's not as cloudy, it's not raining anymore, and the sun is coming out. Next stop, Grand Place. And by the way, let me know in the comments, have you ever visited Brussels? And what did you think of the city? If so, let me know in the comments. In front of me, that corner is very Belgian. It is, of course, a place where you can buy chips. And here's another little church. Beautiful, isn't it? And here's where it starts to get busy again. It's crowded, it's packed. This is at last the Grand Place. There's police, there's lots of people, beautiful buildings which are full of gold. And yeah, it's a beautiful place, but it's always really busy. Well, that's one of the most famous places in Brussels. So let me know. What did you think? Okay, now I'm on my way out of the city centre that you can see behind me because I get a little bit stressed. I get a bit overwhelmed when I'm surrounded by people and I don't really enjoy it. And as I was showing you that other tourist attraction of Mannequin Piss, that little boy who is weeing and it's a statue and the fountain is his wee. And you see all of these people huddled together, very close together. Everybody's taking photos, everybody's taking videos. Me too, by the way. I was also recording it. But yeah, this is the downside of going to capital cities or touristy cities in touristy areas, that there's just so many people. And I don't like people. That's a joke, by the way. I do like people, of course, just not too many at the same time. And I love you guys. And if you like this video, please leave a like and share it with someone else who's learning English. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed this video of walk and talk and comprehensible input. And if so, well, follow for more. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.